Russ, that play in the final seconds when Dennis ends up stripping Desmond Bane, it seems like teams are always going to want to try to get that right if they can, but it's difficult. What about that play and Dennis kind of made that work and changed the time?
Just executing. We decided we was going to trap not the first, but trap at half court, not foul, and Dennis made a good strip on the ball, and not just that finish at the basket, which is important.
Dan.
Russ, they're so big and athletic, Memphis. How are you guys able to fight against that? And did you see kind of as the game built, like especially like a sense of urgency on the glass after I think really for 3 quarters they kind of dominated there?
Just staying with it, using our quickness, some of our quickness to get out in transition, getting stops, being pesky. I thought that helped us get back in the game.
Russ, obviously a really good offensive night for you. Did you feel Memphis maybe daring you to attack a little bit, and how were you able to find your offensive rhythm tonight?
Just playing my game. That's it. Simple.
Nikki.
Russ, Coach talked about the defensive intensity Dennis started the game with against Ja, and then the play he had to close it out. What does that do in terms of setting the standard for you guys coming out and the momentum you bring to the game?
I think I said the last game, post-conference, in closing games, we got to be able to defend and get stops on demand. I thought we did a good job of that in tonight's game.
Russ, can you share with us kind of what you were thinking? Darvin told us that in that last huddle you said you wanted Ja down the stretch. What did you like about that challenge? What did you want from that challenge? And then what kind of happened on that possession?
I just know I'm a very good defender, and I believe in my abilities to be able to stop anybody, no matter what position, and that's it.
Any more questions for us?
Lakers go to.
All right, LeBron, there have been several games the last couple of weeks that have come down to the wire. You guys haven't come out in the right end. How did you flip some of the math tonight when Memphis had several advantages, especially on the glass?
We just kept our composure and kept executing. We got to the free throw line. We made our free throws in the fourth quarter, and we defended and finally started getting some defensive rebounds in the fourth quarter.
That play down the stretch there, Memphis probably expecting a foul. Dennis able to sneak in and strip the ball. What did you see on that play? How did that come about?
Well, that's what we drew up in a timeout. We said we're going to go for the first trap, go for the steal. If we don't get it, once the pass come out, then we'll foul. So we followed the game plan, and that's what happened when we execute.
You said for years you've got the broad shoulders, right, to carry a big load, especially since AD went out. How are you battling through having to do this much year 20 and any fatigue that might come along with that?
I mean, that's what the job is called for right now. That's my job description, and it calls for me to go out and be even extraordinary at times. So it is what it is.
Now, as you move forward, LeBron, go on the road and then come back here for some more before a long East Coast trip. What is the message to your team as you continue to try to stay afloat when it looks like at some point AD might be joining in the next several games? We'll see.
Just keep playing the same way we've been playing. Tonight we was able to be on the other side of the coin toss. But I love the way we continue to compete. And as we continue to win some games down the stretch, great job, Diaz. We'll figure out how to close some out, so it was a good one.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Dennis, can you just take us kind of from the huddle in the play before you end up stripping Desmond Bane up until the point where you go over and he doesn't notice you, just how that evolved from what the plan was and then how you were able to execute it?
Yeah, Coach, he said we want to have one trap first before we foul. Went to all 3 refs and told them we're going to trap first and then we're going to foul. And, I seen Bane just catch the ball, and he had the back to me, and I just made a play. So, luckily, it worked out.
And so, of course, you have to, know game situation, score, and you immediately go the other direction to try to finish at the rim. But is that partly instinct, or did you see where they were playing you defensively, and how did that carry out to the and one?
Yeah, I just got the steal, and I just thought, push the ball. I think that's where we at our best, and push the ball, got fouled, and finished the play.
Dennis, when you guys have had the run of losses that you guys have had, just how bad were you thinking about we need a win in a game like this? I mean, how much was that kind of coursing through you in that last minute?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of close games, and we never, I mean, sometimes we finished it off. I mean, when we had the 5 in a row stretch, we did a great job of competing and executing at the same time. And I mean, this game, it was down 11, I believe, and we stayed the course. They got, I think, 32 or 34 second chance points. But I think the last couple of minutes we did a great job just rebounding and pushing the pace and stay with it.
Dennis, there's a chance, or maybe a good chance, that you guys will get 80 back here sooner than later. What do you think you guys can take from this stretch without him and forwards as you get a little closer to being totally whole?
I mean, I always say next man up mentality. He's been out for a good stretch. I think a lot of people stepped up, but I think we're looking forward to have him back. He had an MVP type season before he got hurt. And to get that back, then Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, we're a couple man down, but we got it done tonight, and we just got to keep doing it until everybody comes back healthy.
Hey Dennis, it's one game, but what do you think the group can use from tonight's game, the way you played, and apply it to future close games?
I mean, competing at the end of the day, staying together. I think we did a great job. Just keep being engaged, and don't let everything else bother you, and don't give up. And I think there was a good one today, how we just stayed together and stayed the course, how we executed, and luckily, I mean, at the end got the steal and the end won.
2 stars came out tonight. Ja Morant with 22 points, just 9 of 29. Lakers did a good job on him. 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and of course a couple of highlight plays. LeBron, 23 points, 8 of 21, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals in the W. More to come on Access. Dennis Schroeder comes up clutch. Lakers win 122-121 and snap the Grizzlies' 11-game win streak. We're back with more after the break.